All right. We made it. We're back. Welcome
We are
to.
here. Hi, Freya.
We have some notes with Chantel. Hey, T.
Hey, Tel.
Well, it's so glad to see you here. Funny finding you here.
I know. We've had some technical difficulties today, but we're here and
if we don't have technical difficulties, are we even having a good show at this point? Like,
what are we even doing?
What are we even doing if documents don't not upload, if sound doesn't not sound? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? But welcome back.
Precisely.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We have an amazing show planned. What did you do this week? I feel like I didn't talk to you at all this week.
Week? No, we did not. This week was kind of like insane. It was. I've come to the realization that I am, in fact, a hoarder.
No, never a hoarder. No.
It might be neat hoarding, but it is hoarding nonetheless. And I really need to, it took me so long to clean my personal spaces. I was just overwhelmed. That's preparing for next week. So I'm going from working from home to now having to commute to work. And so I wanted to get everything organized. And so I worked on that this week, and I had no idea it would take that long to get prepared and organized. We're talking makeup, clothes, like all of my dresser drawer. It was just a lot. So I was working on that. And I'm sure I did other things this week, but that took me out. So I don't even remember.
Because even the slightest bit of adulting is inconvenient. So I'm hosting, well, not hosting, but we're going to get, after we get done with this, I'm going to get my mom so that she can spend a few days with me. And there's no other, well, I have to, I'm like coddling her and like watching her like a goldfish because she hasn't been feeling well. But there's no anxiety like having a parent come to your house. Like, that's a different level of cleaning that you want to get done. And so we went grocery shopping, which, by the way, pumpkins are out at Trader Joe's and Christmas trees are out at Costco. So that was a lot. Then I came home and cleaned out the refrigerator because I had this thing, like if I do like really big resetting of like groceries, we gotta wash down the refrigerator. And I just feel like it just took me longer to wash out the refrigerator and wash all of the produce. I feel like that was like an hour on top of hour on top of hour situation. I didn't go to bed until like 2:00 in the morning coming in from the grocery store. But yeah.
I did do that on Sunday.
Adulting is ghetto. 0 stars. Don't recommend it to anyone. Woo. Would like to return the sender. But okay, we're going to get into today's show. Okay, so T has no idea what's on the horizon. Did you look in the planner at all?
I did. I do know what's on the horizon.
So you know a little bit. Okay.
A little bit. I know a little bit.
You think you know, but you have no idea.
I don't know where you're going with it, but you know.
Well, me either, child. Me either. Okay. So while I was up doing groceries, I'm very much like a last minute thing. I get last minute inspiration, right? So I was like,
okay,
I want to play a game. So I've created a game for us to play because, we're still working out the format. This is only like our fourth episode. And we just pressed record. We were like, we'll figure it out later. But I'm like, it needs like some fun thrown into all of the drama with the hot topics, right? So
I agree. Okay. I'm down.
Created a game that maybe we could play at the top of each show. So, all right, let me show you what I came up with. Okay. All right. So, this is going to be called Somebody Said. Okay.
Okay.
Somebody said. It's a trivia game. This is how we're going to play. I'm going to give you a quote. Now, mind you, it's me. So the quote can be a paraphrase or an indirect quote. And it could also be from a movie. It can be from a TV show. It could be a song lyric. It can be somebody said this week, like this past week. Or it can be something somebody said to me in real life. It all just depends on how I feel that week. But this is so I'm gonna give you the quote, and then you are going to guess
who said it.
Yes. Okay. Are you ready? This first one is just gonna be a test. Okay.
Testing 1, 2. Okay.
Somebody said, I'm a lefty now. T has her thinking face. I love that you like. Somebody said, I'm a lefty now. Now, this one I thought was easy because do you want clues?
Yes.
We talked about this last week in episode 3. Somebody said, I'm a lefty now.
Was it me?
Kind of, but that's not who I was going for. All right, I'm gonna give you 5 seconds.
Okay.
3,
Jeez.
2, 1.
One go.
Taylor Swift. Remember, it can be indirect quote. So yeah, she had the ring. It was new. It was shining from 3 miles away, and we were playing about how now she's all of a sudden a lefty.
Yeah. Okay, now I remember.
No, this was just a test. This was just a test.
This was light work.
This was light work. This doesn't count against your score. All right. Are you ready for the next one?
Okay, yeah.
Somebody said, I did not touch that girl.
Cardi B.
Correct.
I did not touch that woman. I did not touch that girl.
We'll get more into that later on in the show, but Cardi did let the people know that, hey, when it comes to the case of, did you put your hands on this girl? Did you scratch her face up and maul her until she's unrecognizable? Cardi said, absolutely not. Did not touch that girl. So correct. She got that one. Okay. Someone said, it's time for you to get a job.
Oh, that was Tabitha.
Yeah, Tabitha, you are. Yes. Come on, you are. Yes, Tabitha friend. Brown, yes, you are just getting through these. Okay, Tabitha Brown got on her live earlier this week, and she talked to some entrepreneurs who were not doing that great in their business, and she said, "Listen, you may want to get a job." A lot of people are upset about that. I understood exactly what she was saying. Being an entrepreneur is also high on the list of ghetto things. You don't understand being poor until you're entrepreneur poor. Like, you're poor until 13 days from now is different than I'm broke until some accounts receivable. Like, it's a different type of broke. But what I will say for the people, Tabitha, is, I didn't land on a job market. The job market landed on me, and I've been trying to get a job, and they are not having me. So if that's the case, just keep doing your business until you can. But yes, this economy, get all the
new job stats, particularly for Black folks, is crazy.
Really crazy. Okay. Somebody said, down to suck finger F.
Down to suck finger.
Somebody said, down to suck finger F.
This week.
Yeah. I mean, for me. Yeah.
Some random man on the street.
Listen, I'm giving you 5 seconds. You gotta guess.
Can I get a clue on this one?
This is what would I give you a clue? This is a docu series.
Maybe it's that First Daters on Netflix. Somebody from there? No.
Well, you got the network right. This is from Unknown Number, the high school catfish. And right now, because listen, y'all, I hate spoilers. I hate spoiling it if I don't have to. I am still watching it, but the gist of this show is in a small town. I think it's called Beale Street. I think it's somewhere in Michigan. They say they got one stoplight and 2 bars. That's how small this town is. And these, I think they were in 9th grade. So like these 13-year-olds kept getting like sexually explicit harassing text messages, particularly these 2 teens, Owen and Lauren, kept getting harassing text messages all day, every day. I'm talking 40 to 50 text messages that were in the realm. Like this was nice work. To say down to suck finger F, that was on a polite side. They were bullying this girl. They were telling her that her man didn't want her, that nobody cared about them being a couple, that she was ugly. Like they were just harassing these kids to no end. I haven't got
How many episodes is it?
It's a movie. I'm not done with it. I'll come back next week and I'll tell you who the catfish is, but just in case I don't want to throw a spoiler. I hate that. You know how you're watching something or listening to something and you randomly didn't think they would just be spoiling something for you and they just come back.
I know. I'll actually tune into this.
Yes, you can watch it with me and we can come back next week and talk about it because it's crazy. Unknown Number, the high school catfish, now streaming on Netflix. So a catfish said that. All right. We got another one. Jeez. Short men are tall men to me.
Ace?
Now, why would you say that? Okay, that was the one answer that was wrong. The correct answer is Sabrina Carpenter. Because our mini-me. She's fun size. She told The Cut in an interview, short men are tall men to me, and tall men are just really, really tall men. So that was our boo, Sabrina Carpenter. I'm listening to her album now. It's called Man Knows Best, I want to say.
Is it the opposite of what it's giving on the cover and the title?
Yeah, she's playing into the stereotype of what people are saying about her. So, but she's telling the people off on the album. So I like it so far. Okay. This is the last one. I think this one will be easy. Beyonce Checks on Me.
Beyonce Checks on Me.
Oh, like what you see. You come on and check up on it.
Check up on it. Yeah, that's a banger. Oh.
Beyonce Checks on Me. 5 seconds.
Who said that? Need a clue. Beyonce Checks on Me during Beyonce's birthday week.
Pop culture icon said Beyonce Checks on Me.
Pop culture said it.
I'm hearing an echo.
Pop culture said that.
A pop culture icon. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know, child. Beyonce probably checks on a lot of people.
All right. The answer is Rolling Ray.
No, I would have never guessed that one.
Oh my gosh, Rolling Ray. Okay.
Rest in peace to Rolling Ray.
Sally Rolling Ray, pop culture icon, passed away the day before Beyonce's birthday on September 3rd for unknown causes. He was only 28 years old. I think we need to give Rolling Ray a moment because he had he had lots of little sayings. Let's take this one off. Did you like the game, by the way? That was somebody.
I like the game. I'm gonna need a hint at least. They so random. I love it. This is like one of those games that you could play for forever.
Yes. Okay, cool. You can ask for hints. If you get stuck on anyone next time we play, you can for sure ask for a hint. But let's just take a look at some of Rolling Ray's greatest hits, because he has plenty. And hysterical. Let's just see if we can make this. Can we make this bigger? There we go. All right, let's go through them.
No, I wasted my money. So send me my money back. Nah, I ain't even giving what y'all said it was supposed to give. No.
Philippines for life.
You ain't got no mask on. You ain't got no mask on, bruh. You ain't got no mask on.
No, they good people. All these people good people. Stop.
My man's died because of your mother person.
Okay, I don't want too much curse.
Like, oh, I love broccoli and the pasta with the shrimp.
Yes.
Oh my God, with all the sauce. Oh, with the alcohol. It's blue. The train. I love the train. Oh my God. Beyonce has my number. Man, Beyonce talks every now and then. She checks up on me. Beyonce has my number. Man. And this picture is like personalized, like never before seen on her Instagram or nothing. She said, "Hey Ray, I'm just checking up on you like I always do, love. Thank you for bringing joy and laughter into this world. All love."
Aww.
Exactly.
I love it.
Now where is everybody at? Okay. Hopefully you all got to see that, but our prayers and condolences go out to Rolling Ray's friends and family. It is very heavy to lose someone so young, but I really do just get a lot of comfort on just when you think back on Rolling Ray, you can't help but just think of the light. He just gave so much light all the time, so much laughter. He definitely taught people, even when you're like having disagreements, because I remember he and Bobby Lights had like a thing. Bobby Lights couldn't even stay mad at him because he was just so funny. Like he told him, "I just came back from, the grave and you're still not that girl." And Bobby Lights just fell out laughing and they became like great friends after that. So like he left the biggest footprints and imprint on this world. And so may he rest in peace.
Beautifully said, friend. Yes. Rest in peace to Rolling Ray. Oh, so sad.
I mean, and we can't forget the legendary saying, he gave us a purr. We have been saying purr for like 5 years now. And that's on purr. Like, so funny. He was always so young. We don't really know why he passed away yet, but we do know that he had his health battles, and so he is in a better place. Let's kind of talk about this next topic we can get into, because we started off talking about this last week, just as far as like what to expect. So let's talk about what to expect this week on the VMAs. because they are going to be kicking off this weekend.
Yeah.
And we've got some really good. Am I sharing? I'm not sharing. We've got some really great presenters and people being honored this year. Yeah. Okay. So first and foremost, our girl Tay Tay is not going to be there, but it's going to be hosted by LL Cool J. They are honoring with the Video Vanguard Award Mariah Carey. Let's talk about how they have been trying to play our girl Mariah. I think she says that she's never won an MTV award before. Or it's been like a long, long time since she's won one.
How is that humanly possible?
I'll have to check my notes on that, but it's something disrespectful. So I'm glad to see that they're putting some respect on Mariah Carey's name. Busta Rhymes will also be there and getting the VMA Rock the Bells Visionary Award. So we've got some heavy hitters. Ricky Martin is going to be the Latin Icon Award honoree and performer. And then they have a string of performers. Let me go to what Billboard had to say about who's performing and who is presenting. So they say that, okay, so Aerosmith's Steven Tyler and Joe Perry, Youngblood, they're going to join forces to honor the late Ozzy Osbourne. Okay, I mean, that makes sense. Ozzy was like a staple over there on MTV. Remember that reality show they had? With Osbourne. So that makes sense. Mariah Carey received this year's Video Vanguard Award and will perform a career-spanning medley of hits, which I'm glad that they brought that up because my next question was, well, who's going to be singing the songs? You know, that can get a little iffy when we start talking about Mariah. Not too many people can sing her songs. So glad to see that she's going to be doing her own medley. Let's see. We have contenders this year. Looks like Kendrick Lamar has 10 nominations.
Okay.
Lady Gaga is leading the pack with 12 nominations. Sabrina Carpenter has 9 nominations. Ariana Grande and The Weeknd have 7 each. Billie Eilish and Tate McRae have 6 each. Charlie XCX has 5. Bad Bunny, Doechii, Ed Sheeran, Jelly Roll, Miley Cyrus, they have 4 each. So it's going to be a really good competitive, like that's a good, nice run up for people who may be winning awards. The performers include Alex Warren. I don't know who that is, y'all. Alex Warren. We have Busta Rhymes, Doja Cat, Conan Gray, J Balvin, Jelly Roll, Lady Gaga. I don't know. When was the last time we seen Lady Gaga hitting the stage?
I have no idea. I didn't even know she had like recent music out. I'll be honest.
Well, yeah, I do think she has we'll have to look into that. Post Malone, Tate McRae is going to hit the stage. Ricky Martin, Sabrina Carpenter. We talked about Steven Tyler and Joe Perry for the Ozzy Osbourne tribute. So those are going to be the performers, and then presenters. They brought out my girl Ashley Simpson Ross. I know that's right, Ashley. I can't wait to see you. I hope Jessica's there too. Sierra is going to be presenting. I don't know why she's not performing. I don't know why Sierra is not performing. She just dropped an album and she's a great.
I actually been listening to it while I've been at the gym. It's a vibe,
right? It's a vibe. So
it's a vibe.
That's interesting. Drew Barrymore is going to be there. Ice Spice. Jessica Simpson is going to be there. Yay. Okay. Jessica Simpson and Lotto. Let's see. Paris Hilton is going to be part of the presenter. So this is going to be, I have to tune in for Mariah. If all else, I'm going to be there to support the Mariah Carey. Again,
I've done a little tiny bit of research, and you are correct. Mariah V. Carey has never won a VMA, which is just insane. She was nominated including this year for Type Dangerous. 25, she was nominated. I like that song too. I was listening to it this summer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times since 1996. She's been nominated for R&B video, female video, hip hop video. First of all, this is a lot of different categories.
Yes.
She's never been nominated in the pop category, which I also find interesting. This is confused. Maybe I bumped my head, but We Belong Together. She was nominated for female video in 2005. If nothing else, I don't know who she was in competition with that year in 05. That video never stopped playing. It was like,
which one was this one?
That We Belong Together.
When it comes to MTV, let me go back in the catalog because I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. So you're gonna tell me Vision of Love, because all of her Vision of Love.
That's not even
what's the wrong with me and Mariah go back like baby
go back
and
like
baby. Fantasy. No,
it's not up there.
Honey played over and over and over and over again.
I don't even need the video to tell you every single scene. The original and the remix.
What she gave to the people during the Heartbreaker era.
MTV made so much money off of Heartbreaker. I don't care what they say. They played that video nonstop. It was a whole rollout because of the remember she played characters in that video. There is no I don't know. She didn't Shake It Off was nominated but didn't win. And they have her. I find this interesting, and this is why we love Mariah V. Carey.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why she always tells people yes, I'm biracial, but I am Black, because I do find it interesting that they have her in R&B and hip hop and not pop. Because I would venture to say
she's definitely a pop star.
That the pop girlies have taken their cues from Mariah Carey.
Absolutely.
Now, I think Mariah Carey range, she can bob and weave in and out, but I think most of everything that she's pretty much done would also One Sweet Day, and I get Boyz II Men was on that song. They have that as R&B, and I would have thought that it could go either way, but okay.
Well, what did our friends say? Genres are a funny little thing, aren't they? Yes, they are.
Funny little thing. Oh my God.
This was just disrespectful, and I don't really care what category they would have put her in.
I just find it interesting. She should
have won. Not only that, she should have more nominations. Let me just, because if this ever gets to you, I want the respect to be shown. Her pen game as a writer, the words for which she uses, the songs for which she has crafted. How did you guys not get her best songwriter? Even producer, Mariah gets into the studio and she's vocal arranging and she's arranging all of the instruments and the backgrounds. And I remember, I think Chloe Bailey came out to us and tried to explain to us that if you are the artist, a lot of times you can't get credit for also being a producer. And who made that rule up? Who made that rule
up? The people who want to collect the money. The record execs that want to collect more money. I think Prince has given us a whole lesson on this. This is crazy. I even went and just wanted to know because I'm not even gonna lie, I don't put too much weight on VMAs. But I went and looked up Grammys. I would have thought she'd be in the double digits. Mariah has only gotten 4 official Grammys and then the Global Impact Award. And I guess for those that may be in our age range, we're millennials. There was never a single year in our like adolescence and young adulthood where Mariah Carey did not drop an album and had a #1 song. She actually has an album that is just her #1. So I would have never even thought. So it really is her fans that gives her all of the support and love, because this does not match her absolute like phenomena. Like it just doesn't match. But
well, I'm glad that I won't say it's a little too late. It's a little delayed, but I'm glad they put in some respect on her name now, and they're gonna give her things. I love seeing Mariah. As a matter of fact, let me get to the next topic. Let's see here what we have.
I'm blaming Tommy Mottola.
Oh, well. Mariah Carey also just recently stopped by. Now, am I saying his name correctly? Is it Kai
Cenat?
Cenat? Okay. Y'all know
Kai
I'm
Cenat
country.
or Kai Cenat? Kai Cenat. I think
I want to say it's Kai Cenat. But she definitely just stopped by his house for his streamathon. And they did it because my girl's vocabulary. Okay, her vocabulary is unmesswittable. So she did a fun game of spelling bee with them. I'll play a little clip for you.
Okay, this is the spelling bee. All right, emblazoned.
What? M?
Can you use
M,
wait.
M or N?
Emblazoned.
Hold on, go. What's going on?
Emblazoned with a D.
Oh
Okay,
my
this
goodness.
is-
They are hilarious. The way they could not figure out
Playing a vocabulary game with NZ is diabolical.
They said emblazoned, use it in a sentence.
Not use it in a sentence.
Oh my gosh, this was so funny. I love this for Kai. Kai is bringing out the heavy hitters. He's basically become like his own insulated version of 106 Park or TRL, since they won't give us these shows. Like he and a lot of the other streamers and people online are filling that space. He also during this streamathon, he had Kim Kardashian come by and pretend to be his therapist. So that was can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
Okay, I'm making sure. I'm getting notifications over here. Like your audio. Listen, I'm telling you, if you're not having a tech issue, you're not really that girl. So, okay, so he had Kim Kardashian over there, but he also had listen, child, he had Ray J over there. And that was kind of diabolical. So let me show you a little clip of the nonsense that happened over there with Ray J at Kai's house. So Ray J has forced himself into Kai's house. Now, I'm not saying it was uninvited, but Ray J had previously gotten into trouble with his sister Brandy for previously going online and saying that he wanted to take a shower over there at Kai Cenat's house and have a sleepover with him. And Brandy reposted the clip and was like, bro, Ray, you're better than that. Like, what are you doing? Like, this does not sound good. And so she does not approve of him doing this type of shenanigans. It only went even more left her when Ray J made this comment about Diddy over on the stream. So let me pull that one up for you.
You go to Diddy party before? What? How I went to the Diddy party? I'm the new Diddy. What? Yo, I'm the motherfucking new Diddy, nigga. Let me know. Hell yeah, I'm the new Diddy. No, no. Bro, I'm not talking about it like that. I swear to God.
So Kai ends up kicking Ray J up out the house. Kai told him, get out and don't come back. He just takes it too far all the time. He's such a stunt queen. Ray J is such a stunt queen. Do you have any thoughts? Your face. You're like trying to process.
I have no thoughts on this.
Okay.
Not a one.
Well, I will say, all that said, congratulations to Kai. If nothing else, your scheduling people must be immaculate because you literally had Mariah Carey and Kim Kardashian and Ray J all in the same vicinity. So your scheduling people must be top notch because I know none of those people cross paths. I know none of those people cross paths at all.
Yeah, that's quite the Rolodex.
Quite. I do mean quite. Let's get into some more, I guess, funny stuff that happened. So Cardi B had her civil assault trial case, and those charges were dismissed. Okay. She won. She came out victorious in this trial against a security guard when she says, I am super completely innocent. Okay.
Not super completely innocent.
I am super completely innocent. This incident, I really have to go and check my notes because I'm like, how did we get here? So this is actually all stemming from a incident that took place in 2018. Cardi B was on her way to a doctor's office, OBGYN specifically. In 2018, she didn't have her security with her because she felt uncomfortable having male security there while she visited the,
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Give me some privacy. Just give me some privacy. But with that, had this mishap where she, according to Cardi, someone came up to her with their phone in their hand. They were video recording her, following her around, and Cardi asked this person, aren't you supposed to be security? Like, why are you doing this? Why are you following me? And then according to Cardi, Imani Ellis told her, I can do whatever I want. It was at this point that tensions started rising, voices started escalating. There was a heated argument. What would Cardi say? Was it a little debate or a little argument between the two, where the doctor actually, or I believe it was the doctor, had to come out and kind of actually pull the security guard away from Cardi. I think the receptionist got perhaps hit in that kind of like incident. And because of this, Ellis says that she was mauled. Her face was something like disfigured by Cardi B's fingernail, in which she was seeking, I believe, $250,000 in damages, pain, and suffering. To which Cardi B replied, not on my watch. You won't be getting no money from me over here. Not on my watch. This was some of the most entertaining court footage that you could have possibly watched this summer. I'm going to play a few clips of Cardi in the courtroom. So let's get that queued up so you guys can hear it.
Develop them. I was like, that's a fucking lie. Look out of here. Trying to get some money.
What was that?
I said, that's a fucking lie. Look out of here. Just trying to get some money.
Tell us in your own words what you said.
I said, bitch, get the fuck out of my face. Why are you in my face? Why are you recording me?
And if you wanted to scratch or cut her face with your right hand or your left hand, if you wanted to do it, you could have done it, correct?
But
You're
I
not
didn't.
disabled.
But
right?
I didn't because I had a baby inside me.
Are you disabled? Yes or no?
At that moment, when you're pregnant, I'm very disabled. You want me to tell you things I can't do?
Fine. And why were you concerned?
Because I'm pregnant and this girl's about to fucking beat my ass. Hello?
Hello. He's bigger than you? Is that correct?
Absolutely.
How do you know that?
I mean, I was 130 pounds at that time.
Did you call her fat?
No, I was calling her a bitch. But she was practically my height. But she is like
What? Say it.
security heavy. Like she just looks a little like she could protect the building. You know what I'm saying? She just looked more developed than me. I was like, that's a fucking lie.
So it just went on and on. That was just one sitting. Of Cardi being in court and testifying on the stand. Every interaction was just as entertaining as that. And then I just don't understand even the line of question. They asked her yesterday, your hair was short and black, and the day before that it was long and red, and now it's blonde. Is this your real hair? What's that got to do with the price of tea in China? Like, did I or did not put my hands on the security guard? I just kind of don't understand the line of questioning. And so I think Cardi overall handled that whole situation like a boss, like an absolute boss. Did you get a chance to tune into that footage?
Yeah, I tuned into some of it. I thought the wig questions or her hair questions in general were very, very strange. I don't know what law school these people went to. I don't know what firm they were representing. Okay. But it was giving very bizarre. I think the whole case, whoever even took the case was giving bizarre. So I guess that was what we could expect after they were like, yeah, this is a great case. I'm going to take it. Like this is, so when all of the people were crying out about like real cases, when celebrities get in trouble and they do horrible things and people are like crying out and being like, oh my gosh, just because it's a celebrity, and they'd be like, it's a money grab. It's a money grab. This is a great example of a money grab. Okay. If you all are ever like curious, confused about when someone is being targeted for a money grab, this is a perfect example.
And Cardi has made it so super duper clear. I'm letting it slide this time. Okay. I'm low on my energy. Maybe my vitamin D is low. I've been getting up early all summer long. I've missed out on events. I'm tired. Okay, so I'm not going to do it this time. But the next person that tries me, I will countersue you. Because especially when I am super duper 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 innocent, she said, when I'm completely innocent, you're not going to get no money out of me. I really wish that y'all would leave Cardi alone. But to and however, it's great to see her having so much positive, I guess, publicity, the PR spin of it, right before she's going to drop an album. Her new album is coming out, I think, in the next week or so. It's going to be called Am I the Drama? This is, she has now changed the cover art to some of the special edition albums to her at the trial, serving looks and giving a funny one-liners. And so she's definitely making
I like that. Okay, that's cute.
She's making the most out of the moment. But yeah, just leave, please leave Cardi alone. Please. Like, it's not ever. And yeah, you could. What would you do if you get countersued? What would you do?
Cardi is good for suing so there's that.
Like, she has time.
And
she didn't have time this time, but she will make the time to countersue you. Like, what are you thinking?
I don't know. It's so bizarre. This is why I always say, give me the money, keep the fame, okay? Because I would not have been super duper innocent. I wouldn't have been super duper innocent at all.
Don't admit your guilt early, friend. I gotta have possible deniability. Don't come on here and tell these people how you don't respond well to disrespect.
You gotta think about this though. Like, let's put this into context. I didn't even bring my security with me because I didn't want them coming with me to the OB-GYN. Okay, because like, why? And you are filming me as I am walking into the gynecologist's office. Like, that's insane.
Yeah.
Like, that, when you really think about it, that in and of itself, like, should be, there are HIPAA laws, right? Like, I get that the security guard is not the doctor, but I want people to know that I went to the gynecologist that day.
It's just like, you have no coof. You're just uncouth. So take some notes. Have some coof about
this
you.
This whole like popularizing, like, just filming people for no reason. Like, I get that the phone sometimes works as protection for people when something is happening, because you can film faster than the police is ever going to get there or something. But filming people minding their own business, doing their own thing, to me, is just so bizarre. And there are some countries that have outlawed it, and I see why, because this is where you end up.
Yeah.
Insane. Absolutely insane.
Thank you so much, Cardi, for the comedy. And I'm sorry that you have to go through that, but I'm glad that you are making it through victorious. All right. So our next segment. Oh my gosh, I did you guys such a favor. I did such a favor by watching this so that you don't have to if you don't want to. Okay.
Oh,
Drake recently sat down with let me take it. Bobby, how do you say her last name? Bobby Altoff? My apologies if I'm not even saying your name right. You listen. Bobby this Altoff. Was the weirdest interview part 2. Are you familiar with Bobby?
No, not so much so. Since this interview has come up, I've gotten a little bit familiar, but no, not like completely. So she has a thing for Bobbies in general, huh?
Who catches strays? Who's the other Bobby catching strays?
Drake caught his own stray.
You said no, that's a thing for Bobbies in general. Who are the other Bobbies?
He has a thing for Bobbies in general.
You know something? What's that mean, friend? He has a
Stranger Things.
So
oh well.
Sorry. So he sat down with Bobby to do a second interview, just to catch you up to speed, maybe about a year or two, no more than 3 years, or maybe like 2 years ago. Bobby, who blew up out of nowhere. She just kind of blew up out of nowhere and was having a lot of A-lister like celebrities coming on her show, mostly rappers, and talking with her. She He has a very deadpan style. They talk about much of nothing. And one of the first interviews she did was actually with Drake, which is really like, well, how did y'all even kind of know each other? Something happened where, in order of events from which I can remember, let me check my notes. She announced that she was getting a divorce. She was seen, footage of her was shown of her trying to get into like a Drake concert or at a Drake concert, and she wasn't enjoying herself and she wasn't having a good time. And it was like this very deadpan kind of like, that's just like her hook. She just has a very like deadpan, like
unfazed, dry.
Yeah. So everybody's like being seen, and she just standing in the middle of the crowd, like not moving. And then the next thing you know, there were rumors going around that Drake caused her and her husband to have the divorce, and that something was going on between them. And then next thing you know, that interview that had millions of views of him and her was taken down. Not too long after that, that podcast was no more. Bobby has since reemerged in a new episode. This is episode 1 of a new show called Not This Again with Drake, where they try to have a conversation. Again, I watched this so that you don't have to. Where they try to have a conversation about what happened in that moment. So let me just play you all a little clip. Let's see if I can make this bigger for you.
Get a little active on somebody. I think I took some hits verbally.
From me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, when I needed
When you just needed to like,
I was trying to see what.
Get a little active on.
Okay, so yeah, whatever you got from that is what the episode was about. This episode, let me follow my notes. So, all in all, Drake tells her that he had no malintent against her. He didn't hate her. He just felt like he was taking the brunt of whatever was going on in her personal life against him. And essentially, he just needed some space. He just needed some space from her. He took he threatened to take the episode down. She took the episode down. They both apologized to each other at the end of the day about whatever occurred. They're here now. They're filming in a bed set in Switzerland. He has apparently, for this episode, taken her on some type of UK excursion where she is traveling with him to multiple stops. I think they brought up Manchester. They are currently filming in Birkenstock, where the place where the Birkenstocks are made. I'm not sure. It was all just a little weird. My takeaway from this is that Drake needs a wife. Now follow me. I know I'm gonna lose you. Drake is annoying in the way that my husband annoys me. He just has a lot of energy and a lot of thoughts. And no, you have to follow me. He has a lot of energy.
Okay.
He has a lot of thoughts. He says all his thoughts out loud. They don't really mean anything. In this interview, that was clearly demonstrated. He starts singing songs to her. He starts talking about getting manicures. He talks about getting his hair braided. He needs to take that energy into a wife. Now, when that Kendrick Lamar situation first happened, I told that man, we didn't have this show yet, but me and you talked, and I told that man, the way to come back from this, Drake, is you need to pop out engaged. And I gave you some options at the time. Taylor Swift, that would have been a good pop out for you. Somebody they didn't expect, somebody that would have got somebody that the girls liked, so that they would have taken the heat off for you. Now you'd have missed your opportunity. Taylor already got swept up, so she's no longer she's not available for you. But he needs somebody to share all these inner thoughts with, so that when he gets onto camera, he's not sharing these thoughts with us. You get what I'm saying? He doesn't know how to compartmentalize because he don't have nobody else there to share all these thoughts. Listening to him talk just sounds like when your husband is just talking to you about, what are you talking about, my love? What are you talking about? Okay. Great. What you want to eat? He needs to sit down somewhere and get him a wife. And then that way, when he comes to talk to us, he can talk about the music. He can talk about his recording process. And we don't have to hear his stream of consciousness. But you don't look like you agree. What are your thoughts? I'm telling you, he needs.
I just don't know why my brother and your husband, that is, has to catch a stray.
Because he has random thoughts like this that he says out loud to me all the time.
You got yourself a good man, Savannah. And no, okay.
I think
I'm gonna need 48 hours to think on that thought.
Yeah, think about it and come back. Drake would be great with the wife. We would get a whole, he could rebrand, come back, more sophisticated, more chilled out. See my vision as a PR person. Rebranded, refreshed, suave.
I don't think
chilled out, taken, committed to a wife. The man needs a wife. The man needs a wife. Leave in the comments if you see my vision. Leave in the comments if you see my vision.
No, that's a lot of work for somebody. And
but that's not our problem. Somebody would love him.
They would have an amazing lifestyle, okay? But I think within 7 months, instead of the 7-year itch, I think it'd be the 7 month, they'd be, creating an exit strategy. I have other issues with Drake, so I don't want nobody to get caught up in what he got going on. But that's a whole other. I also see this.
Go ahead.
I also see this whole reconvening, partnering back up. With what's her first name?
Bobby.
Bobby. I don't know how I forget that. I also see this as a stunt. Because he would, as uncomfortable as this is to talk about, he don't want us talking about the lawsuit he filed for the beef he started.
Well, see, don't give me, listen, me and T, I wish we had this show back when because we were seeing stuff so differently. He didn't file the lawsuit on the beef, that part of it. He's filing against his record label, which, just stay with me, from a business perspective, his label played a part in helping to damage his reputation and didn't put a stop to it, and allegedly, according to him, unfairly promoted the defamation. Just on a black and white type of spectrum, from a business perspective, I understand that. But I also understand from a rapper side, it's very much, we don't do court, we don't talk, we don't do lawsuits, we don't start beef that we can't finish on wax. Like, I get all of that, but from a very, very just take all of the feelings out of it. I get that, because you cannot play sides if this is allegedly true. And when we already have contracts together and we have vested interest in each other, go behind me. It's like going behind me and getting a competitor, right? And then boosting a competitor to harm my company and my income. So just from that perspective, I get it. I get what he's doing, but that's what I'm saying. We do, the strategy is correct. We do need to just take our eyes off the ball from that, because his fan bases is too conflated with, he got too much going on. It's too much going on with the beef. It's too much going on with the accusations, which I don't believe the accusations. I think now that we have cooled down, we know that the accusations were, we were just in the, we say whatever we got to say to win the argument type of situation. I think that's what it was. But also don't get me on here defending Drake too much. I don't really care one way or another. All I'm saying is the man needs to take his energy and put it into somebody that be like, okay, babe, let him just talk. Let him just talk. Let him just talk. So that when he gets to us, by the time he sits down and it gets on my feed, I'm not hearing him talk about nonsensical stuff. I'm telling you, I watched the interviews. So you didn't have to. Yeah, but you got to promote the music. You have to promote the music. You got to promote the music.
He puts all his feelings in a notebook. What him and his writers do, and then bring it to us. So how many feelings does he have? I'm just saying, I think these are legitimate given the state of male and female relations right now. Okay.
Well, in the case that we have, maybe like and I'm not saying he can't find somebody to love him, because people love Drake. Okay, over in Toronto, especially.
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he can take someone that really cares about him, and then that way it'll just make all these extra feelings. It's like leftover feelings, It's like leftover feelings that we can't process through that as a people, as a larger audience. No, we're not sifting through all of these emotions and feelings and thoughts. So he's got to funnel these thoughts, funnel this messaging. And I think when you get on an interview like he just did, the messaging was very unclear. It was just all over the place. We don't really know what's going on, and it's not that entertaining, I guess. I don't know. I suffered through it so you wouldn't have to. That's all.
Thank you for watching this, man, because I watched 5.5 seconds of it and I said, this is so cringe. I can't even. I'm like, I'm not even here for the man. And the secondhand embarrassment that I get be too much. And he had feelings about Rihanna that was 10 years later. Like the leftover, they just be all over, to your point, all over the place, but like, how long does it take one to process like, no. And no. I mean, if you marry that man, whoever we are talking to Drake's future wife, you better have a strategy. Okay.
Well, that's anybody. But all I'm saying is, he gets a wife. Okay. Now it's the messaging is going to be clear. All of the songs, the love, and all of that stuff should be about who? His wife. Right.
And it won't be.
Well, we don't know, but we can just say it's a PR rollout. It's a PR strategy. That is what we can focus. We can target the messaging. And that way, when you're doing these interviews and stuff, it can be focused. I'm married. I found the love of my life. My album is about my wife, about what we do together, about the trips with the stuff, and it will just make sense as someone sitting there, so that I'm not following your stream of consciousness when you're doing these interviews. You know what I mean? It's like you always have to have one thing when you are an artist that you focus on that makes people interested in you. So right now we don't have a hook. And you're coming off of a PR crisis. So we've got to reset, rephrase, rebrand.
He does that too much.
Why'd you cut your braids off, Drake? My wife said she liked my fade. Everything can go back to his wife. And the girls will love him.
Serena got married. So many years removed. It was like Serena got married. Several relationships removed from Drake. And then Drake came back having feelings not only about Serena, but also about her husband.
He can't do none of that no more when he has a wife. He can't. That's what I'm saying. We're taking that out. You don't have no more delayed feelings. You don't have no more delayed feelings.
All he's going to do is then
Love
tell
songs.
us about, he's going to tell us about his wife in comparison to the women that were in his life from 15 years ago.
On one
That's all
song,
that's
he can
gonna
do that.
happen.
He can do that on one song. I'm just telling you, we give people notes on this show. So Drake, take some notes. Because I also feel like there's a really like nerdy, geeky side of Drake that I actually adore. I feel like he would be fun to like produce something with. Like if he had like a film project and he was one of the producers that I would work with, that would be fun. Because he's just nerdy. My husband is nerdy. I'm into the nerdy people, but he also just is unfocused. So take some notes. Just try it. I just say try it on for size.
Him a whole master class, and it had step-by-step instruction on what to do. He
Take
said,
some notes.
strip him of his ego. Okay, like, okay, okay.
You don't gotta listen to him. Listen to me. Okay, I am your nobody asked for it, but I'm giving you some PR advice. We're gonna try this out for a strategy. Okay, you're gonna go get you a wife. She can be a celebrity or she don't have to be a celebrity. That's none of our business. And we are going to make your whole image, your whole rebrand. You're gonna disappear for a while. We can use probably another year without you on our screens. You're gonna pop out with this beautiful new wife. You're going to say how she has helped calm you, how you have so much fun with her, how y'all watch anime, how y'all travel the world, how she, makes you breakfast or whatever things. And then when you drop your new music project, you're going to be all about, the feelings, the emotions, the heartbreak that your wife has helped you heal from. And that is going to be it. All the girls are going to be gravitating towards you because now you are taken officially off the market. So that's going to be a win. And then everybody's just going to be running the story because Drake's no longer a bachelor. So now when you do interviews and stuff, it's going to be focused. It's going to be intentional messaging. It's going to be in alignment with the music. This is your next stage, Drake. Get your wife. Try it. Take some notes, come back, let me know. If it don't work, we can go somewhere else with it. But that's what I got for you right now. I'm trying to help him. I'm trying to help him, friend. Don't say that I didn't try when I did. Okay. Let's move on. I did. Okay. Our next topic. This is gonna be really quick too. All right, you guys probably saw a little bit of it, but Essence recently. Can I add it back? Here we go. I feel like I have a little bit of late, but Essence really recently did like an interview with Shelly and Ace. Well, I don't know how recent it was because they're on the cover. They're giving a glimpse into their relationship. But this is not really even a tea. The tea is the caption because why did y'all write it like this? They say after another viral season, Love Island USA remained the phenomenon of the summer. It broke records. It trended daily. It brought together a cast of 20-somethings in search of love and genuine connection. They talk about how Shelly and Ace, they found each other for exactly that. Their love for each other and for their supporters who have stood by them rises above the noise. Okay? And true fans are showing love right back. But then they get right in here. Captured before recent developments. Captured before recent developments. Why? Who was the intern? Like, the article is not trending. But the captured before recent developments is what is trending on my feed, because they made sure to let the people know that, listen, we did this photo shoot with these people and we had them over here talking to us, and we didn't know that Ace was going to go and do what he did in that interview with Speedy. So this was captured before recent developments. Okay. What are your thoughts on Essence making sure that they put that very important disclaimer on the notes for this inside look into Shelly and Ace's relationship, and what are they kind of meaning? What's the takeaway from that, I guess?
The takeaway from this is we realized that Love Island is becoming a really big show, a really like a phenomenon here in the US. And we are going to want to likely partner with people coming out of each season, or, you know, to maybe put them on, for Essence to be on the stop on the press tour. And the way he went and burned all of the bridges in that interview, we didn't know he was going to do that. We don't want no part. We do not condone that. Okay. Carry ourselves over here very demure. Okay. So that's a disclaimer of saying the recent events was just a podcast, but the reason Ace, well, we're gonna call him Alan. He is now Alan. Okay.
Where did Alan come from? That's his name? Oh, it is his name.
It's his government name. Ace is the name that his mom wanted to name him, but ended up not, because his father named him Alan. Now, Alan, sir, he needs to have been like a character on like Game of Thrones or something, or House of Dragon. He is just someone that just doesn't think it through. Like, everybody just, like, he just empties the clip all the time. And it's just like, you didn't burn so many bridges, and then burn bridges for people that ain't even had nothing to do, quite possibly, with what was coming out of your mouth. Imagine you are a young woman. Just imagine for a moment, you're a young woman. And I know for us, it would be, we grew up flipping through these magazines. Stopping off before we were on the train to pick up our copy, and just on the train, just having the key. You know? And then you get the opportunity to be in this magazine, and said love interest, said paramour, goes and sings some crap, and it's likely, if you don't detach yourself from him, it's likely you won't be back in that magazine. And you just created this rapport, this relationship with them.
Yeah.
Like, one thing for certain, two things for sure. What your man, and this is messed up in society, okay? Because it happens time and time again, over and over again. What your man does directly impacts you, but it's not usually the other way around. It doesn't land, like if a woman does something, it doesn't land on their man the way it would happen in the reverse. Take, for example, prime example, like Hillary Clinton. Now, the victim, but also is the one that gets all of the grief. Out of everybody here in life, nobody was more impacted by what President Clinton did than Hillary Clinton. But okay. So I don't know why people don't use that as a measuring stick, as an example. Like,
yeah,
you know, This is why I'm saying Drake don't need a wife, because this is exactly what's gonna happen to her. Okay, but I'll leave that where it is. Yeah, I feel bad for Shelly being attached to him, because Essence is where you're gonna want to show up again and again. Essence is where the brown girlies, the black girls, get to show up when other magazines are not pulling you. You know what I mean? Like when they're not featuring you. This is where you want to be. This is where, for the next Essence Fest, I'm popping up. I'm on a stage. You know what I mean? They're featuring my product I'm selling. And now that may be ruined. And it couldn't be any more louder than this was captured before recent events.
Recent developments. And it's really quite sad too, because I think the article was quite beautiful. I think if Ace could have held his horses, maybe let this be the first piece of media that we saw of them, maybe like only if you're going to choose one to be your only, let this be kind of the takeaway of what we get from your relationship and how you guys want to be low key and how he kind of, caters to Shelly and, what their time that they spend with each other, and just kind of let this be the messaging, opposed to it now being in direct conflict with you kind of being very like nasty and combative with the other cast members. Because now, to your point, everybody is really just looking not only at Ace sideways, Shelly is getting strays. Last I checked, though, you keep me honest, did Shelly have anything to say, like in response to that interview, or has she been kind of silent since all of this has unfolded? Nothing.
She's been silent as far as I know. I've not seen anything. She has not said anything. Her team has not said anything. I think now the window is closed to if she would have said something. And it's so unfortunate. It's very unfortunate because she's also new to all of this. You know what I mean? If I'm giving the benefit of the doubt. Ace, so many things he did wrong in that darn interview. The podcast, not the Essence article, but the podcast. It's just so many things that he did so wrong. You could have leveraged this and told us your truth over time, and you know this, I'm an Aries, so I'm good for being like unfiltered and very honest with individuals. But over time, I've had to learn that, being brutally honest is somewhat abusive, right? And we've just seen that with Alan, because
you said
everybody else
I'm not putting no respect on your nickname that's tatted on your own back. Your mama named you Alan, so I'm gonna call you Alan.
Exactly. The ego is egoing, okay? Like, everybody else has gotten caught up in this mess and they ain't had nothing to do with it. And we've been saying from day one, like, if all of these romantic situations fall apart, we were here for Shalandria. You know what I mean? And now here we are, and that's like probably the most unstable connection right now. Like, you just couldn't take these people out to lunch and air out your grievances. Put on some boxing gloves, go to the gym with Nick and air out your grievances. I'm not here for any of the shenanigans that he played. Like, just not you trying to everybody bag and then ended up messing up, your own child, whatever.
It was such an unnecessary.
It was a lot.
It was such an unnecessary kind of disruption.
And Essence said, don't come over here hating on our page. Keep your hating comments over there. Okay? Because we already did this. We didn't spend the money on the shoot. We're going to drop these photos and we're going to bounce out. Don't bring your Love Island hate trains over here. Okay, we ain't know.
Girl, it's been a mess. All right, let us move on to okay. I'm just gonna do a couple of quick notes before we close out.
Okay.
So I'll give you a couple, and then you can give me a couple. We're just gonna leave just really quick, rapid fire notes. Quick notes on Tamar Braxton scrapping the rollouts and release of her previously planned EP. We talked about this last week. Tamar came out with a lot of drama, calamity, and chaos between her letting us know that she was sleepwalking and woke up with missing teeth and a broken nose, to doing an unnecessary, in our opinion, kind of promotion of an album that featured someone else's husband that's already kind of in the public with infidelity rumors. Do you have any quick notes on Tamar Braxton deciding to cancel her album rollout? She said, it ain't coming out. You happy? Something like that.
Great.
Okay. Perfect.
You just developed some sort of disorder at almost 50. You know, if so, right? You just developed a disorder at almost 50. I would say this is not the time to release a major project. So I agree.
Yeah, I
Go check that out.
Yeah, and we don't want to hear it anyway. Okay, so next quick notes would be for Kelly Price. Kelly Price recently got on a live where she passionately told all Black women that we can politely go back to the pits of hell from which we came, how we were the most raggedy, taggly, fraggly group of people to ever come upon her feed. Any quick notes for Kelly Price, who had just a lot of venom for Black women recently?
Demonstrating the same behavior in which you were accusing someone of, and stereotyping the group, the demographic from which you are a part of simultaneously, is a special type of talent. Okay, so outside of singing, this is a whole other talent, right? Because how you catch your own stray? I distinctly remember people looking for you a year or two ago and being very concerned, and you cursed them out then too. So I guess to some extent you might be right, at least about yourself. You fit the subset of the people that you were speaking to.
Yeah, Kelly, baby, I think you've been mad since a friend of mine stole your man back in the 90s. It ain't been right ever since. I was one of those people who was very concerned and found myself on somebody's Clubhouse group chat, TED Talk, Twitter chat, something group. It was a bunch of us, group of Black women, who were discussing how we could possibly find you and bring you home safely when your sister came to the internet and told us that you were missing, that you were having a health crisis, and that she needed help. And both you and the brat politely cussed all of us out, told us to mind a business that paid us. And that's when I started giving thoughts and not prayers. So, I mean, okay. Do you have any quick notes on your end for me?
Friend, I think that your husband, lovely man, guys, lovely man.
He is. I love him.
Let's keep him away from the comparisons to that of Drake.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
like just let's
Okay.
let's just oh yeah, not Drake, but
Right.
yeah, let's just keep him. If Drake's name is dropped, let's just like move your husband way away from the
Okay.
sentence.
Okay.
We can put it in a paragraph, not on the same page in the same book. Maybe on the next page, but definitely not the same page. That's my note for you, friend. Don't.
Now, how I get in it?
You got yourself a good man, Savannah.
Get a
Read
note.
that.
Get a note. Okay, I'll take it. I didn't mean it in any other comparison other than if you have a husband that is annoying, husbands, that's their job. They are supposed to annoy their wife. It is a thing that they do. And my husband just be annoying me. He drinks coffee and he gets hyper, but I love him. I've been with him for 16 years. Okay. He's a golden retriever. You know how some people can be pets or animals. My husband is like my favorite dog is a golden retriever. So he's like my golden retriever. He has all those same characteristics. I love him. So he knows what I meant. Okay. Let us go and close this out. So let's figure out. Here we go. Do you have any closing notes other than the one that you just shared for me?
My closing note for this week is this seems to be like, don't be your own worst enemy. Like, that's the theme I take away from this show. The security guard with Cardi B, you created that whole situation yourself. Everybody was minding their business. You jumped in. Okay. Drake, when you went and did this podcast before, it was a problem. And then, you had a whole bunch of fallout. Why did you go back? You didn't learn the lesson? Stay away from Bobbies in general. Kelly, how you like sitting up here talking about your own demographic? Who do you think listens to your music? That's a whole nother story. MTV, like, you should be ever so happy that Mariah Carey is gracing you with her presence after y'all have slighted her for 2.5 decades. That's insane. Yeah, so those are my notes. Don't be your own worst enemy. And to Alan, I hope you have learned some sort of a lesson, because
who is Alan? Oh,
Alan from the Essence article, Ace. When you are giving 90s Black love affair and people are into it, baby, you want Essence on your side. You want Essence on your side. How you mess that up, one will never know. But I hope you've learned a lesson. So yeah, don't be your own worst enemy. Check yourself. Those are my notes. Closing notes. What's your closing note? I would love to know.
Well, I think you pretty much said all of mine. I don't have any really additional notes. I do think some respect needs to be put on Mariah Carey's name. I feel like maybe y'all owe her some retrospective awards. Just go back and archive and see if those people who won in categories against her are still around, making music, breaking records, have outsold her, have outlasted her very lasting generational legacy, has impacted pop culture more than she has, given your own network more than she has. And if that is not the case and you can't find anyone who's made a bigger impact than Mariah, then politely go to that person's house who you gave best rock record to and best R&B song to and best produced vocal arrangement award to, and best writer, best music video to, and repossess it, put it into collections, and then go shine it up, make it anew, burn it down, recreate it, and then specially deliver it to Mariah Carey's house with a lovely arrangement of Beyonce style flowers. That's what I think you should do to make it right, in addition to this Vanguard award. So that's it.
I agree.
Thank y'all so much for watching this episode of We Have Some Notes. You can also listen to us wherever podcasts are listened to nowadays. T, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram, TTEE _Shante, SHANTE. Pretty much anywhere. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Yeah. So this was a great show. Where can they find you, Tail?
They can find me everywhere at Chantel Chavon. All of the links are going to be below in the description, so you guys can just, you don't got to search for it. You can just go ahead and click the link. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and we will be back. Leave in the comments leave us a comment if y'all understood what I was saying, or if you resonated more with what T was saying, leave that in a comment as well. Let's start a conversation. Thank you so much for being here with you guys. This was our episode of We Have Some Notes. Bye.
Bye.